So this started out looking like this. It was thin and tiny like this, and with a lot of pleasure and effort, it turned into this. So I thought, why not share all the ugliness and the beauty with you so that maybe you can be inspired to do this too, because I found it very therapeutic. And I like to sit in the evenings and just relax and just glue stuff on paper. And I love the way paper sounds. So I thought, why not? So let's start with the cover. I am not a fan of this. Normally they're black and white. That one's purple and white. I'm not really a fan of it. Some people love it, and it's okay. To each their own. For me, I wanted something different. I love blue and white, and I love rabbits. And so I decided, why not decoupage this napkin on the front cover here and add a little bit gold on there. And then also there's, I did it on the back as well. So yeah. And I started this back in January, but I didn't really get going with it until July. And that's because I have the philosophy of doing something out of inspiration instead of obligation. And that's kind of just how I work. I will be blurring out photos, so if you see something blurred out, I'm blurring out the photos that I don't want to share. My point in sharing this is that I want you to be inspired and to realize that it's okay to make ugly pages. All right, I don't expect this to be perfect. Like, it's not going to look perfect. Every page has its own kind of beauty, and a lot of them are ugly. So it's okay to make an ugly page. Nothing's going to happen, especially if you're using something like this, which is inexpensive. You just don't need to worry about it, okay? You just do your thing. Also, I will be announcing the winner from last week's giveaway at the end of this video, so I hope you stick around for the whole thing, because, you know, it helps support me and it's free for you and might be entertaining for you as well. But yeah, so I'll be announcing the winner near the end. So the very front of it is pretty basic. I just added photographs. And this is when I kind of just like put stuff down because I just wanted to start. You just start anywhere. It doesn't matter. And so I was just putting stuff down, and yeah. Julia, my daughter is Julia. In case you don't know, she does customer service here at Chic Sparrow. And she has it's a sense of humor that makes me smile, and she drew all these little doodles. And yeah, this was around the time when we made Nib and Paper. It is our brand for our paper goods, and will be for our pens as well, which if I can get that going, I can't wait. But you know, for now we still have our anniversary pen, so if you want to get that, please do. But yeah, and then I started, I got a gift from someone, and UPS didn't want to deliver it, so it was a whole debacle. It took a whole week to get, and it was worth it totally. But anyway, so this is what I would consider an ugly page, and I just took a Sharpie and just wrote down all the things that we did, and I even spelled Arizona wrong. So it doesn't need to be pretty, you know? And it was bright in Arizona, very bright, but there we go. And then yeah, and these are tags from thrifting, because I love to thrift. I love to recycle clothes. I love to I avoid fast fashion, and like, I like vintage things. And my aunt, while I was visiting her, she gave me one of her Louis Vuitton bags, which I treasure, not because it's Louis Vuitton, but because she gave it to me, and I have it. I do use it from time to time, and there it is. I'm very thankful that she thought I deserved something like that. So yeah, this is packaging. Okay, so you can put packaging on here. You can do something far more creative than I did, but I just liked it. It's like from Dr. Squatch soap that my husband likes so much, and it's Harry Potter themed, so kind of cool. Groovy, right? But these little tabs that you'll see throughout are packaging tabs. So like the little box or whatever, it's just packaging. These are notes. I always like to write the alphabet in whatever handwriting I'm currently using. It's always a form of my handwriting, but it changes from time to time. But that is what I did there. I always like to do that. So almost every journal I have has that in there somewhere. These are just bits and bobs that were floating around in random boxes, and like this birthday card is probably, I don't know, 10 years old. Honestly, I don't know, but it was just hanging around, and I was like, oh, let me put you somewhere where I'll see you from time to time rather than in a box in the dark in a closet somewhere. So I did, and yeah, I just put stuff in here. I have a video on this, so you can go see that. And these are the pages here that I did from that. It's just little ephemera, just little things that mean nothing. And you know, I liked this stamp here, so I glued it in because it's, why not? And then these are the photos from the trip that we took and the dinner that we had, and it was beautiful and delicious and very expensive, but what a treat, what a treat. And then these are photos from that same trip, and I just, you know, put them in there. That doesn't have to be fancy. This is like a little gift envelope, and inside I have more photos. And this is a bag that has more stuff in it. That is a bird that I made out of newspaper, and more photos. So yeah, just use what you have. This is from a bag that I untwisted the paper bag handle, and this tasted like Fruit Loops. I don't know how they did that, but it was good. Oh, how did you do that? I don't know, but it was really good and refreshing, very refreshing. Anyway, this here is an envelope that I cut apart and glued in upside down because I liked the pattern. Those are notes I took one morning. This is, we went for a treat here locally, and they give you these teeny tiny little donuts to go with your coffee. And this, I took a picture of my husband's because I'm a tea drinker. And you'll see lots of tea bags in here because I drink tea. I don't drink coffee unless it's decaf. And then this, we went to church up at a KOA camp. I don't know, about an hour or so away from here. And our church was doing that for that weekend, so that's what we went and did. You know, you can do swatches. You can use envelopes that you find pretty. This is an envelope, and you can see the little window here, and I just ripped the bottom off and shoved it on both sides, and that's all that is. The rest of these are stickers. This is a piece of kitchen towel, and that's from a calendar. That's another sticker. You know, you just put whatever you like there. This is from a book, but I copied it because it had 2 pages. Now, you can't copy it and sell it, but you can copy it and use it for your own needs, but don't sell it. But I photocopied it and put it on sticker paper so that I could use it as a sticker somewhere else, and I wouldn't lose that beautiful artwork from the book. So, and then this is a piece of like random cut off scrapbook paper that I had some in a box. This is another one of those stickers. I don't know where this came from, some sort of packaging, but I just glued it in here because why not? And then of course, you know, my dogs, and another butterfly because I like butterflies. Another card. This is from a customer quite a while ago. And this paper towel behind here with all the yellow on it is what I used to clean up a tincture spill that had turmeric in it, and it stained everything bright yellow for like a day, so that was fun. More swatches because I love doing them, and I want to encourage you ladies, take selfies and take them as often as you want, and don't be ashamed about it. Take selfies because you deserve to be remembered. And if you don't have somebody in your life who takes pictures of you and makes you look good and makes you feel good, then do it for yourself because you deserve to be remembered. It's not vain, okay? It's you deserve to be documented just as much as you document everyone else in your life. You deserve that as well, so do it. Yep, more photos of that. Another anniversary photo from a different anniversary. We celebrate two. We have one in May and one in July, and we have two. So yeah, he made chocolate covered strawberries for us, and that was very sweet. This is an origami folder that not folder, an origami envelope that I put the extra pictures in. Yeah, so I use two ways to do pictures. I will do either freeprints.com. I can put a link down below, or I will use my own printer at home. Mostly I use my own printer at home because I just like it. So this was a stamp, a great big stamp right here, and I just thought she was super sweet. I really liked her, and that's from one of my teas that I got that I stamped that on there though. That you know how they serve you tea with a little paper doily underneath of it? I save them. This is just random stuff I put on there. My daughter was going to throw this out, and I said absolutely not because it's beautiful and it's a paint swatch and it's watercolors and I love those, and I kept it. So it's here forever and always. This is a little mini junk journal that I just glued in the middle of this one. So, and then also I'm kind of doing this out of order because when I get to the middle, this is the middle, I go to the back and I start here and then I go forward. Okay, so this picture is me, but it's not me. This is an AI generated picture of me with hair I wish I had. So, but yeah, that's not actually me. And my husband likes to point it out. He's like, that's not really you. I'm like, but he's like looking at it like it is really me. But I think he's saying it's not really you to remind himself that it's not real. But anyway, it was fun. And I stuck it in there because why not? And then these are all just stickers and book pages in here. And the reason why I start back here and then move to the middle is because it's a lot easier to work in when it's not so bulky and fat over here, and that way it just builds up this way and it's just a lot easier. So, but yeah, this is from a book, also from the same book. This is even from that same book. So some people call these glue books. Some people call them junk journals. I kind of think it's like a mix between it all, and it's just a scrapbook. That's really all it is. It's just a scrapbook. And I used to scrapbook pretty heavily in the 90s and early 2000s, and then it just kind of trickled off. So to me, this is a form of scrapbooking. But this little girl lost her life in a fight, and it was really sad. So this envelope here, I just liked it because of the bright green color, and then I thought the unicorn on the other side kind of went with the colors. But I just have like extra stuff in here that I can grab from and put somewhere else if I want. And this is me looking at that Japanese newspaper, and Mark took a photo because he thought it was funny that it looked like I was reading the newspaper, even though I'm not. I'm just looking at it. Can't read Japanese, but pretty cool. It was kind of a neat little thing I had in my stash, and I used it in here. So, and this butterfly was in that book, same book that I have in here, and then just some more pictures of things that happen. And Mark's standing next to trash cans just so I can see how big they are, because by themselves you can't really tell how big they are, but you have, a man standing next to them and you're like, wow, they're huge. But anyway, this is a page from that book. This is cut out from that same book. And of course, my little strawberry shortcake, who makes me think of Sally. I was never a huge strawberry shortcake fan, But I do like her because I think of Sally, who was nice to me when I was a kid, and so I like her for that. She's a good reminder. This is from a packaging, and I just cut it off the packaging and put it on here. Why not? These are napkins that I just glue stick down, and I glued them over top of the Japanese newspaper, and I just added stuff around just to make it interesting. These little things here are packaging tabs. Like this little thing here with the strawberries on it is from the same packaging as the strawberry shortcake one. And I left room here so that I could journal about the baby shower that I had gone to. And I'll do that after I do this video. I will come back and I will journal. But I didn't want to do it before the video because I wanted to minimize how much I have to blur out. So I don't want everything I do on the internet. But I went to a baby shower for a young lady that I know, and very happy for her and her husband having their very first baby, and it's cute. I thrifted this baby this little baby paper that I thought was so cute. It was in a brand new package that had never been opened, and I saved some of it, and I just thought it was really cute. And then this is just a bunch of like stickers and ephemera and stuff. These little roses, I remember them from church when I was a kid, and I ran into one and I was able to keep it. So it's a little embroidered, like, I don't think you can tell, but it's like a little embroidery patch. So pretty cool. And then this is a pocket that's only like 1.5 inches deep, because I took the paper and I folded it so that it would be a pocket. And then this is a tea bag that I just stuck in there for texture and color. And that's all. And then let me tell you, okay, if you have an ugly page and you don't like it, just put something else over top of it, because that's what I did here. Like, this is a cutout from a book that I harvested, and then I drew over here, and I didn't like my drawing, so I taped something else over top of it, and it's actually an envelope, or not an envelope, a folder, you know, so I can stick stuff in it, you know. Not that, but I can put something in there. But anyway, and these are stickers, so you don't have to do a lot. This is from that book. Okay, I just had a lot of like drawings and stuff in it that I like. And then another selfie. The other day I said I was almost 48, and I'm sorry, I lied. I'm almost 49, but evidently I'm not doing a good job at keeping track of how old I am. So, but yeah, so that's that one. And then of course Mark's dogs, because this is on his lap, both of them. This is Romeo, that's Jack, and they love Mark. Mark is their favorite human in the whole wide world. And this is from a calendar. I just cut the words off and stuck them on top of a paper doily. This is just a scrap of fabric that I had laying around for some reason. And more die cuts. Excuse me. More die cuts and stuff that I got in a kit somewhere. I don't even know. But notes that I was taking on Nietzsche philosophy and stuff. And these are book pages from a book that I harvested and have been using for other things, and washi tape and die cuts and stickers and such. And this is, I wove the pages together here and played a game of tic-tac-toe with myself, and I beat myself into oblivion. So that'll learn me. More stickers. Okay. A place to journal, which I will come back and do. And then I like this page. It's probably my favorite page in the whole book. So see, 99 pages that are ugly and then one that you're happy with. And that's how it goes. And that's totally fine. That's just totally fine. I glued some paper bag, tea bags there, a doily, washi tape, a piece of pretty paper that I just like the colors of. This is a butterfly that I made and put it on a paper clip. And then, of course, just another little place to do journaling on. It's got a bunch of little things in there. I just glued it down and there it was. And then I added stuff around it to make it interesting. Oh, and in the background, I actually rubbed ink pads, like stamp pads, you know. I rubbed that on there to get some color down, and then I painted over top of it with matte acrylic paint. And it doesn't stick to itself because it's matte, and it feels nice. So you can do that too. This is a junk journal that I just glued inside of my junk journal. It's Junk Journal Inception. And that'll give me places to write. If I run out of places elsewhere, I will add to that. This is a watercolor swatch that my daughter did, and I just thought it was beautiful. She was not going to keep it anymore, so I adopted it for my own. This is just bits and bobs that were left over from a project, and I just taped and glued them in here. Kind of the same on this page here. This is a stamp that I found, and I wanted to see what she looked like, so I put her in there. She's got a little bird's nest on her head with 2 little birds in there, and just her sweet little face. So in here I have extra photos. I think I showed you these ones already, and that's it. So as you can see, it doesn't have to be pretty to be fulfilling, and for you, I hope this inspired you to make one of these. It doesn't take a lot of effort, and it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be pretty. It's just the act of doing it is what makes you feel good. And also when you're done and you're looking at it and you're like, oh my goodness, it won't even stay open, you know? And I'm holding it, I'm pushing it in, but it wants to be, you know, it wants to just open. But yeah, and that's what all the little edges look like. I think that's not, yeah, all the little edges are just like that. And I think it's so much fun. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed watching that with me. I am going to play the video now of me figuring out how to select the winner for the giveaway last week. And it took a little figuring out, but I did it. I figured it out, and it was chosen at random. And the winner is Kathy Gustafson, 9034. So congratulations, Kathy, for being the winner of the Gemini. Please contact support@chicsparrow.com, and we will get your information and make sure we get that sent out to you. So congratulations. I hope you really enjoy it. And I've enjoyed visiting with you. Next time, I don't know what we're going to do. I'll probably go into my September book, which is the strawberry shortcake one you saw me do last week. It's going to be my September book, and we'll probably start on that one. And I might be doing a giveaway next time too, so I hope you come back to see that. All right, bye.